Hello everybody, this is Pyra, and I just wanted to bring to you another update from the Final Fantasy XIV Lodestone, and it is regarding the return of the Make It Rain campaign. So this iteration of the Make It Rain campaign is going to begin on May 15th, which is only a week away from the day of this announcement and the day of this recording, and it is going to start at 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and run through May 31st Pacific Standard Time at 7:59 a.m. So we have just about a couple weeks to complete this campaign. What is the Make It Rain campaign? So this is a great way to get MGP and some awesome prizes. As it says here, the Make It Rain campaign is back, giving thrill seekers the chance to earn 50% more MGP and obtain some enticing Imp-inspired gear perfect for merrily marching with your fellow mascots. Join the festivities and rake in the rewards. So we're going to go to the read-on for details right here. There is a link to the special page for this Make It Rain campaign. And here it is. As you can see, here is the giant imp costume reminiscent from Fan Festival. If you took a look at the imp costume that came out on stage. So this Make It Rain campaign is March on Imps. This is a seasonal event. Like I said, it is from Wednesday, May 15th through Friday, May 31st. And of course, they always say dates and times are subject to change. However, this should typically be exactly how long it is. So where can you get this quest to get this campaign? It is going to start off in Ul'dah, Steppes of Nuld. You're going to get this from Quaven, however you want to say him. You're going to see him right here, not too far from the crystal. And the quest is of impish importance. Quaven is convinced that the truth is out there. So, very ominous. I wonder what the storyline is going to be behind there. But to get this quest, there are only two requirements. The first one is you have to be level 15 or higher. And the second one, players must first complete one of the following main scenario quests, either the Gridanian Envoy, the Ul'dah Envoy, or the Lominsan Envoy. So this is very, very low barrier to entry. I think they just want people to kind of be acquainted with the game enough before they start doing these seasonal events. So as long as you have these two prerequisites underway, and of course just the gold saucer unlocked in general, you will be able to partake in this event. And now, besides just MGP, like a great MGP bonus, there are three, technically four event items. One is right here. You're gonna see this awesomely crazy mascot, imp mascot suit. It's gonna come in two pieces. The first one is just going to be the imp head armor, and it is wow. I'm like, what is going on with this? It looks amazing. It looks crazy. And of course, following has the imp body suit. And so this one, if you're not familiar with mascot suits, if you glamour over what you're currently wearing, doesn't matter what you have for gloves or pants or feet, this is just replaces all of that. So this is a full body suit and then a full head. So this imp will join the line of mascots that we already have in game currently. And then the other items that you can get are a couple housing items, which are really exciting. One is an indoor furnishing item, which is a cactar dining table, which is really cute. And I feel like I love seeing a lot of these themed decor, because then you see houses with like super cactar themed or, you know, whatever, super Moogle or carbuncle. So it is kind of cool to see this like spiky cactar table come in. I love, even though I don't use a lot of this indoor furnishing items, I do love seeing it. It is really cool to have those type of items. And then finally, we're going to have an outdoor furnishing item. This is the Senor Sabatender chronometer. So this is an outdoor furnishing. This looks really cool, I will have to say. I don't know if we have an outdoor chronometer. If we do, let me know, because I don't remember having one off the top of my head. And it feels kind of very old school with the different kind of shape of the metal base here, and then of course the lantern on top, and then you have these little cactars with top hats in like little suit coats and bow ties. So it is absolutely adorable, really cute, especially if you have like, I think an FC house or venue house or something like that. I think this is a really great addition. So these are really cool event items that you can get specifically from the event. And now down in red, and I will emphasize this a bit, it says MGP rewards from the gold saucer have been increased by 50% for the duration of this event. So that means anything you do in the gold saucer that gives you MGP will be increased by 50%, which is crazy. Now, this I don't believe will affect the challenge, the weekly challenge log. We'll look at that in just a moment. However, anything that you get directly from, say, using one of the little machines or doing a gate or, you know, doing the mini cacpot or the jumbo cacpot, you will have an increase of 50% during the duration of this event. The next note here is certain items available during previous iterations of the event can be obtained via the campaign attendant. So that is great. If you haven't been able to take part in getting some of the items from previous iteration, you'll be able to this time. I don't know exactly what that will be, but definitely take a look at the campaign attendant. You might be able to snag some items that you had previously not been able to, or maybe get additional items. And then, of course, the last note that they have here is regarding the kind of mini games, the Crystal Tower Striker, Monster Toss Machine, Kafakar Machine, and a number of other prizes may be purchased at a reduced MGP cost from the campaign attendant. So these prizes, these machines are actually the ones that you can buy for your house in game. So those machines and other potential prizes may be purchased at a reduced MGP cost. So not only are we getting extra MGP for everything we do, but some items are going to be cheaper, which is awesome. This is a perfect time if you are someone who likes to do things in the gold saucer, or if you're someone who likes to get some of the gold saucer mounts. There's so many things in gold saucer: mounts, minions, glamour, etc. This is a really good time to farm your MGP. You will be able to get a lot of MGP from doing this event. And now that is all for the details of the event specifically. However, I wanted to take a moment to give you some tips on how to maximize your MGP during this event. All right, so we have made it to the gold saucer in game, and I thought that I would just go over a couple tips that I have to truly maximize the amount of MGP that you will be receiving during the Make It Rain campaign. The first one is buffs. So there are two ways to get buffs, one of them being with your free company. If you are in a free company that you either lead or can talk to somebody who is in charge of buffs, I would recommend getting an FC buff. You'll usually see your FC buffs right here. That will help with getting extra MGP. So there is one for MGP, and a grade 2 buff is pretty easy to get. A grade 3 buff is the ideal. If you are unable to get those buffs, or maybe you have an FC like mine that kind of has a normal schedule for buffs, I would recommend the Squadron Gold Saucer VIP cards. So TLDR, if you do your squadrons, your kind of like Grand Company squadrons, you have chances to get certain consumable items that equate to a grade 3 free company buff. Now, that is the highest buff that you can get, is a grade 3. And I love these because honestly, sometimes I want a better buff than what the FC has, and it's just nice to have them on you at all times, and you can pick and choose which ones that you use. I will go over the squadron system with the buffs at a later date, but just the kind of short and sweet version is if you can get your hands on these Gold Saucer VIP cards, this will give you an increase of 15% MGP bonus, and this only lasts 2 hours. However, if you are getting into the Gold Saucer to grind for a short period of time, or like a 2-hour window, this is fantastic to try to get your MGP increased as much as possible. I use these even outside of the Make It Rain campaign. However, it is a great stack. If you can put this on top of the Make It Rain campaign, that is 65% bonus MGP that you would normally get in the Gold Saucer. So I think that is the best way to really maximize how much MGP you're getting from each and everything you do. I would recommend that you start the squadrons now if you haven't already. So these cards, you can get 10 at a time, I believe. At max, you can get 10 at a time per squadron, and your squadrons can only be used once per week in order to get these things. So definitely start it now. Look at getting your squadrons at that point now, because you're going to want to bank some and hold them for this event. It is just a little extra something that always helps maximize your MGP. And now the next thing that I would do to maximize your rewards and your MGP during the Make It Rain campaign is looking at your weekly challenge logs. So I'm going to zoom in just because I have a widescreen monitor and it is a little bit of an issue. But if you go down to your menu that's kind of on the right here, or on the left for you guys right now, you'll see the logs. So if you go to your logs tab, the one that looks like a book, and then go up to challenge log, you will then see that there are different logs that you can do per week. Let me make this a little bit bigger so that it is easy to see. So there are different categories where you can get weekly extra bonus something for what you're doing. Won't get into all of them because we're only focusing on the gold saucer. But if you go to the gold saucer ones, every time you do one of these things, you get extra MGP. So complete 3 minigames, 1,000 MGP. Earn 100 MGP for minigames, 1,500 MGP. Participate in 5 gates, 5,000 MGP, etc., etc. There are a lot of different ways here that you can get extra MGP on top of what you are getting from doing any of the individual things that you can do in the gold saucer. And this is something that I typically will try to do some of these every single week, regardless of the Make It Rain campaign. However, I think a lot of people forget that this exists. So if you're already in the gold saucer, trying to grind for maybe your favorite mount or favorite minion, etc., this is a really great way to make sure that you're getting all the extra MGP that you can during this event. And they're everything from mini games to gates to chocobo races, all the way down to triple triad, Lord of Verminion, etc. and Mahjong. So really try to make sure that you are doing these challenges as well, or the ones that you find fun, to get some extra MGP so that you can try to get the maximum amount during this campaign period. And so that is it for my tips and information regarding the newest installation of the Make It Rain campaign. I know for myself, I will be going into the gold saucer and trying to figure out exactly what I want to go for, because I'm not 100% sure of what I want to get this time around. So I know that I have some mounts on my list, some of the high ticketed mounts. But yeah, that is my game plan, to take a look at what I want and kind of see roughly how much MGP I want to farm for. Let me know in the comments below, what are you going for? What are you going for, mounts? Are you going for music, glam, etc.? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like more tips, tricks, and updates from the Lodestone, anything Final Fantasy XIV related, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It really helps my channel a lot. I am a Final Fantasy XIV player that has played for over 9 years now, and I stream about 6 days a week, everything from casual content all the way up to ultimates and everything in between. So come hang out. We have a lot of shenanigans and it's a lot of fun on Twitch and YouTube. And we will see you in game. Have a good one. Bye.